Welcome back to the Gridiron. First off, considering Linfield hasn't played a football game since 2019, where's the team at? Where's the program at, in your opinion?
That's a great question, Ryan. First of all, awesome to be here with you. Really is. So I appreciate you taking the time. 395 days, that's what I asked our guys to commit to last August when we reported, and now we're down to 5 days. So it's been a long, hard preparational time for us. We practiced for nearly 22 weeks last year, and now we've got another 4 under our belt now, and I'm really proud of the progress these guys have made. We've brought in 140 something odd kids, almost 150, and they've all been working really hard, and we've been blending the older returning guys with the new guys, and it's about time to play and see how good we are.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think everyone that loves Linfield football is excited, but a lot of people, even though Linfield's had 64 consecutive winning seasons, each team has its own personality, its own characteristics that they bring to the table. This 2021 group, what are some of those personality characteristics that fans are going to see this season?
Yeah, that's a great point. Every team is truly unique, and this team it's 5 classes. It reminds me a little bit of some of our late 90 teams where we had so many of the redshirt classes, so you'd have that blending of 5 years, and so we have some tremendous experience with this team to go along with some tremendous youth, and I think the shared experience that these guys have had. No teams have gone through what this team's gone through and had to deal with on campus and the way they're practicing. And last year in the snow, it doesn't matter. It's just been almost amazing the amount of adversity that this team's gone through. And whenever you have shared negative experience, you tend to have tremendously tight relationships. And I think this team's pretty close. And though it's very diversified and coming from so many different areas and backgrounds, it's a really close team, and I'm really proud of them.
You're right. It is five classes that are coming together. There's a lot of it's nice to see a lot of guys that are back from that 19 team, especially in senior leadership. Can you talk a little bit about the senior leadership this year?
Absolutely, and I think you really see it on defense. In the secondary in particular, with obviously Tyler Sitton and Tyler Bergeron, the 2 Tylers, they're dominating in the back row, and you've got John Setti and Tamayo. We got actually, Colby, Tamayo. Those guys are all seniors. They've been there, done that. I really like the experience there. And of course, up front, you've got a lot of senior leadership, on the front line with Swanson and Leidig and Vinny and Grayson. And those guys, they're almost all seniors. So they're pretty experienced as well as physically formidable. And on the offensive side, it's kind of the opposite. We basically have Wyatt, and he's got a lot of experience, but our entire skill group are new, and the offensive line is a mix of a little bit of new, a little bit of experience. So I think the youth is really on the offensive side, even though the signal caller has a tremendous amount of experience.
Definitely, I see that, but I see, a lot of. I hate using the word potential in your skill players offensively, but dang, coach, I see a lot of potential out of that group.
Well, we always want potential as coaches, and you want that high ceiling and the ability to shape some young men into great players. And I think you're absolutely right. There is some great potential. There's some speed along with some size, and the playmaking ability will only get better. Obviously, I think this team is a very different team mid-season than we are right now. I think we're a good team right now. Time will tell, but we do have a chance to be a very strong team.
Well, it's not easy. Coming out of the gate, you have, again, another very tough non-conference schedule. It's not league. We don't play in a league. We play in a conference. You have a very tough non-conference schedule. What are you expecting out of this team in non-conference play?
Well, I think our first 2 games are, right out of the gate are very talented teams, probably for different reasons. The Simon Fraser Club has tremendous talent. Obviously they got beat pretty badly by Idaho, but there's no shame in that. I mean, Idaho had an awful lot of really good players, and you look at what that league did against, the Huskies, and they had a couple of their league teams beat, FBS teams. So, there's no shame in that, and they battled. So I know that they're very physically imposing up front. They got a lot of big kids on both sides of the ball, and they're very stout on defense, and they have some playmakers on offense. They just lost the line of scrimmage against Idaho. So I expect them to be maybe our greatest physical test throughout the season. And then the week 2 is going to be a strong schematic test. Redlands is a very well coached team. So those two teams are as good as anybody will play in conference, in my opinion, and so we'll have to be at our best pretty quickly.
All right, Coach, man, I'll let you go. I know you got things to do, but thank you for your time, and looking forward to the season. Go Cats.
Thanks, Ryan. All right.